Spartan students, parents, family, friends, welcome to the 5th Annual Golden Spartan Awards. I first would like to apologize for the heat. We ordered the air conditioning, hopefully it's coming. But right now we got to bear with it, so I apologize ahead of time for that. Tonight we'll celebrate another fine season of Spartan athletics. We'll honor all of our teams and we'll recognize individual standout performances. Members of our Spartan athletic staff will recap our sports seasons and present our awards. We'll cap off the evening with the naming of our Mr. and Miss Spartan for our athletic programs. On behalf of the Mount Tabor Athletic Department, we hope you enjoyed the food and fellowship at the appetizer hour. A lot of effort goes into pulling off this event, and Mr. Weiss will give thanks in his closing remarks. The basket fundraiser silent auction is a great source of raising money for the athletic board, and we wish to thank everyone that placed a bid and eventually won of the wonderful baskets. I wish to personally thank Jeff and Melissa Bassett from 4th Street Filling Station and Jeffrey Adams. They have been the caterer for the food for this event for the last 5 years, and they've been instrumental in providing great food at a very affordable price. At this time, I'd like to take a moment and explain quickly the concept of the Golden Spartan Awards and read descriptions of what each award represents. This concept was born out of ESPN's ESPY Awards, and basically using that as inspiration, we're going to try to honor, and we will honor, our athletes from 3 individual sports seasons, fall, winter, and spring, and we hope that you'll enjoy the evening. Showstopper performance. This award will be presented to the male and female athlete that had a simply unforgettable performance. Without the contributions of this athlete, the team would not have enjoyed the success it did. Iron Spartan. This award will be presented to the male and female athlete that personifies toughness and grit, not only physically but mentally. The recipient of this award was the blood and guts of their team, and this athlete put team success far above individual accomplishment. Breakthrough athlete. This award will be presented to the male and female that made an immediate impact at the varsity level this year. Their performance was unexpected, but yet had a tremendous impact on the outcome of the season. Courageous performance. This award will be presented to the male and female athlete that showed tremendous courage in overcoming obstacles that may have shut down other athletes. The recipient of this award added to the success of their team by placing team success over their individual challenges. Scholarly performance. This award will be presented to the male and female athlete that excelled not only in the athletic field but also in the classroom. This athlete is a living example of the term student athlete. We have a new award this year, and if you see it, it's the large Spartan head off to my right. It's called Program of the Year. This will be presented annually to the program that best exemplifies the mission of excellence in every endeavor. Last but not least, it's Mr. and Miss Spartan, represented by the gold trophies to the far right on the table. This award will be presented to the male and female athlete who was the overall most valuable athlete to the entire Mount Tabor High School athletic program. The individual accomplishments of this athlete greatly impacted their team, but also all of Tabor City. Finally, I'd like to recognize our nominees. On the current slide, you will see the male and female nominees for the Golden Spartan Awards. Some of these young men and women were nominated in more than one category and were nominated by their coaches or the athletic administration. Not everyone you see on this list will win an award tonight, but we wish to take a moment and have all of these students stand so we can give them a round of applause for their nomination for a Golden Spartan Award. Please stand, nominees. Please stand. I would now like to turn the program over to Coach Tyshawn Brown, who will give us a recap of the fall sports season.
Good afternoon. Okay, starting off tonight, we're going with the football team. Overall conference record. We were 6-0 in the conference, 11-3 overall. We had 14 players named to the all-conference team, 8 to the all-county, 5 to all-northwest. We have 8 players committed to playing college football, And the highlights on the season was winning the conference championship, beating East Forsyth, the game-winning field goal against Southwest Guilford, and the game-winning drive against Dudley. Okay, up next, volleyball. Their overall record was 21-6. They were 12-0 in the conference. Way to go. They was conference champs, conference tournament champs. They had the conference player of the year, Natalie Tyson. They had 4 all-conference players. Some of the highlights on the season, they absolutely played flawless volleyball and destroyed Southwest Guilford on their home court. They also shared senior night with Dudley, which included senior gifts for our own girls. That was nice of them. Okay, moving on. Boys soccer. They were 8, 13, and 3. Their conference record was 6 and 6. They had all region and all conference. Was Jared Davis, Buddy Ferguson, Max Combs, and Ben Solon. Highlights. They won against West Forsyth, 1-0. It's always good to beat those green guys. The trip to Wilmington, and they took third. The trip to Wilmington was one of their highlights. Their first round Forsyth Cup win and a penalty kicks against Glenn was also a huge moment. Congratulations. Girls tennis. Overall record was 8 and 3. A conference record was 6 and 0. Way to go. They were conference champions, conference tournament champions. They finished 8 in the States, and on the 3A bracket, they had the singles player of the year, the doubles player of the year, and the coach of the year. And they had 5 all-conference players. Their highlights this season was, well, I know everybody's seen it. Their courts wasn't ready when they was going through it. So since they had no courts, every practice and match was always on the road. Most of these were split practices between JV and varsity. Rather than the girls having excuses or using it as a distraction, they use it as motivation to fuel them through their conference. It worked. In addition to POW, player of the year, coach of the year, doubles player of the year, and tournament conference champs, we went to the 3rd round of state playoffs, winning last at all our home games, which their last home game was against Raven. That's always awesome. Great job, bro. Field hockey. Their overall record was 8 and 8. Their conference record was 3 and 3. They had 6 all-conference athletes. Lily Burns was All-State, and Lacey Boss also was All-State. Yes, and Susanna Bell also was All-State, and Katie Summer was also All-State. Congratulations, girls. Highlights this year was beating Forsyth Country Day 3-1. Team come together to beat West Forsyth after their teammate was injured and taken away. Though we lost going into an overtime with Reynolds and going into penalty strokes, but that was an awesome moment for the team to pull together. Congratulations, Field Hockey. Girls golf. Their overall record was 3 and 6. Their conference record was 3 and 3. Susanna Doss was all conference. Highlights from the season, finishing second at each conference match. Susanna making all conference. The enthusiasm from the girls, despite some struggles this season, they persevered through a lot. Congratulations, girls golf. All right, girls cross country. The Piedmont Triad 3A Conference champs. They took 3rd at the Midwest 3A Regional Meet. They took 4th at the 3A State Championships. They had 8 all-county performers. 10 all-conference. They also had the conference runner of the year, Francis Whitworth. All-region was Francis Whitworth and Jenna Lineberry. All-state was also Francis Whitworth. Highlights from the season. They finished second at Manhattan Invitational in the varsity A race, with Francis Whitworth winning the individual title. Carla Ponder winning her race as well. Winning the conference championship with a perfect score of 15 points, taking the top 8 spots. That's huge. Finishing 4th at the state championships with 5 girls running under 20 minutes at the state meet for the first time in Mount Tabor history. All right, last but not least is boys cross country. They were the regular season conference champs. They was the Wendy's Invitational champion. They were the 3A Midwest champion. And they was the 3A state champions. Congratulations, boys. Charles Pace, he was the Piedmont Triad Conference champion runner of the year. They had 5 all-conference performers. All-region was Cameron Ponder, Michael Merker, Charles Pace. All-state was Cameron Ponder and the individual state champion, and Charles Pace was all-state. Some of the highlights on the season. They lost to Weatherton by 66 points in September, which started our quest to win the state title. Moment 2. We won the Wendy's Invitational in early October for the first time in a decade. It's the largest meet in the Southeast. Way to go. Overcoming injuries and illnesses to come together when it counts and competing lights out to win the state title championship, marking it our 2nd state title in 3 years, winning over Weatherton by 38 points. Congratulations, Falls Creek.
Okay, we're going to bring up our fall sports Golden Spartan presenters, Mr. Andy Muse and Miss Yvette Clemens.
Good evening. I'm going to introduce the showstopper performance. Can I just have a disclosure really quick? He made these really tiny for us. This Spartan was named All-Conference in her junior and senior year. She was the Piedmont Triad Conference Player of the Year this past fall, and was named the team's most outstanding player as well. She is known for her great leaping ability, followed by her knockout kills. Her coach calls her one of the most dynamic volleyball athletes in the entire state of North Carolina. She will continue playing her career next year, playing for the Pirates of East Carolina University. The fall female showstopper performance goes to Natalie Tyson.
The male fall showstopper performer of the year. This Spartan is one of the most decorated distance runners in the state of North Carolina. He holds the junior class state record in the 3,200 meter with a time of 8 minutes and 56 seconds. He has made the podium in the pin relays twice and has been named All-Conference 11 times, All-County 14 times, All-Region and All-State 11 times, and is an All-American for his part in the state record-setting relay. He was the state MVP in the indoor track and field in 2018. He owns 4 individual state titles and 1 relay state title heading into his final track season. He owns 2 state records in indoor track with a 1,600 meter time of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Let me repeat that. That's 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And a state record in the 1,000 meter event in a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 7 seconds. He will be attending Furman University to continue his career as a student athlete. Our fall male showstopper performer of the year goes to Cameron Ponder.
The next category is Iron Spartan. The Spartan has been the heart and soul of cross country and track teams since she first stepped on the track her freshman year. She has not always been recognized as the most valuable athlete because of some of her other outstanding teammates. But she has consistently been an athlete that teammates looked to as a leader and someone that can be counted on in the biggest moments of the season. Her impact is not limited to athletic performance. However, she has also served as co-captain for the past 2 years, and her personality has been a huge part of the success of the team. This year, she earned all county, all conference, and all region honors during the whole entire cross-country season, helping to lead the girls' team to their best finish at the state meet since 2001. During the indoor track season, she qualified for the state championships in 5 different events, competed in 3 of them, and helping us finish in the top 10 as a team. This spring, while also a part of the varsity soccer team, she has continued to lead our team. She has been as committed as ever to track, often directing on days when she also had soccer games, and again stepped up when we needed her the most. The fall female Iron Spartan goes to Jenna Lineberry.
Our fall male Iron Spartan award is Spartan that was a 2-time all-conference player, a 2-time all-county player, and a first-team all-Northwest senior. He was a 3-year starter at cornerback. He had 9 interceptions and 50-plus tackles this past season. He covered each team's top wideout each week and made huge plays all year. But one big play stands out. Against Southwest Guilford, he was able to take the ball away from the ball carrier, which set up a big game-winning field goal. His play was always counted on by his teammates and was one of the guys that was the heart and soul of our football team. Our fall male Iron Spartan goes to Elijah Banks.
Our female breakthrough athlete, This Spartan was undefeated in conference play for our girls' tennis team. She was the conference tournament winner and was named Piedmont Triad Player of the Year in girls' tennis. This student athlete came to the season late because she just moved into the Tabor district. But the move was an immediate breakthrough in winning the conference and the tournament. The fall female breakthrough athlete goes to Alex Bowen.
Our fall male breakthrough athlete. This Spartan was a member of our varsity soccer program as a freshman and made an impact with his play. But it was this past season as a sophomore where his impact was really felt. He was named Team Offensive MVP, as well as All Conference and All Region. He will be looked upon by his teammates and the coaching staff to continue to develop as a frontline offensive threat in his final 2 seasons here with the Spartans. The fall male breakthrough athlete goes to Jared Davis.
The female courageous performance. This Spartan plays both field hockey and lacrosse. She tore her MCL and ACL during her sophomore year in a game versus West Forsyth. And she had to work really hard to come back and play last fall as a junior. But again, she was badly injured during the field hockey game versus West last fall. We were not sure if she would be able to play lacrosse, but her perseverance, work ethic brought her back strong. And not only was she able to play lacrosse, but she became the goalkeeper. We all know that we are often intimidated to play goalkeeper. It takes a special person to protect the cage. She didn't play in a goal because she wanted, but because we needed a keeper. This is a fine example of the unselfish team player. Her understanding of the field game, quick reflexes, and her exuberance made her the perfect equation for a keeper. The fall female courageous performer goes to Maya Piper.
Our fall courageous male performer is going to be shared by 2 performers this year. The first partner was a 2-time All-Conference and All-County football player. He was also a team captain as a junior and a senior. He received a football scholarship at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. During his junior year, he tore his ACL in the last game of the regular season. During our first playoff game, he had surgery that day, and 4 hours later, here he comes rolling in. During halftime, we were down, and he came back with the team and gave a speech to his brothers, which propelled us to victory. His senior season, he came back after being cleared to play a week before the home opener. He led the team in tackles in the opening game. He was second on the team in tackles all year. He played in pain most of the year, but never quit on his brothers. This young man was the heart and soul of our team and was also a valuable member of the Spartan lacrosse team. I'll hold his name for later, not that you don't know his name. The second Spartan is ranked number 2 academically in the Spartan class of 2018. He was also earned All-Conference, All-Region, All-State, All-American status as an athlete here in Sparta. He earned 12 varsity letters. Let me repeat that. He earned 12 varsity letters. He has multiple challenging seasons with injuries, but always came back smarter, tougher, and more focused each time. In one of the worst races this year in cross country, but a show of his character, he quietly hid a stress fracture from his team and his coaches during the final 2 weeks of the season. He was expected to be All-State, but could not achieve that this season. He put his health on the line and gutted out a top 20 finish to be a critical third man for the Spartans while racing hurt. In doing so, his teammates and school hoisted their second team state championship in cross country in the past 3 years. He is everything a student athlete should be. He will be continuing his life as a scholar and an athlete at Wake Forest University next year. Our fall male courageous performers goes to Jack Durin and Michael Murray.
Next category, female scholarly performance. We have 2 Spartans that will share this award tonight. The first Spartan has been a tremendous tennis captain. Because the tennis team had off-site practices, she led many of the JV practices with the assistant coach. As a varsity player, she was almost undefeated and very difficult to beat as a JV player as well. However, her classroom performance is almost beyond comprehension. She was a junior marsher for 2017. She attended Governor's School for Math and will graduate at the top of her senior class. Such accomplishments have led to a full tuition scholarship to Wake Forest University. The second Spartan has been a 3-year varsity starter in volleyball, and during that time has ranked the top 5 of her class. She has twice been all-conference, and her coach calls her the motor that runs the team. She has also been a very active member of many clubs and activities. They both embody the ideal excellence of every endeavor. The fall female scholarly performance goes to Sarah Ruth Nichols and Abby Trollinger.
Our fall male scholarly performance. This Spartan was a 2-time all-conference and all-county football player. He was also a team captain during his junior season and senior years. He also was involved in many other activities at school and served as a co-president of the student body this year. This young man has a weighted GPA of 5.0, and is ranked in the top 20 students here in the senior class. He was the anchor of the offensive line of the football team the last 3 years. His leadership on and off the field was top notch. He received a full academic scholarship at the University of North Carolina. The fall male scholarly performance goes to Sam Shipard.
Okay, we're going to transition to our winter sports. We're going to have Coach Rick Anderson come on up and do a recap of the winter sports season.
One thing for sure, we got some amazing athletes in the fall, and they're extremely intelligent. Proud of you guys. I love this school. Boys basketball. Overall record this year was 23-7. In the conference, they were 9-3. They won 3rd place in the Frank Spencer. They beat Greenville Academy in the Charlotte Hornet G League Invitational. All conference, Isaiah Chico Wilkins. He was also All Northwest, All District 7. The Winston-Salem General Frank Spencer Award runner-up, and an East-West All-Star invitee. He was also named All-Tournament of the Frank Spencer. Also, Quest Aldridge was an All-Conference player and an All-Northwest honorable mention. And Jacob Moore was All-Conference as well. Highlights for the boys basketball team this year. Beating Freedom in a very tough second-round state playoff game. Yeah. I thought that Statesville game was pretty big myself. Beating Statesville in that first round game, which is an unbelievable game. Being recognized as one of the top 10 teams in the 3A Max Poll Prep the entire season. Finishing 5th in the end of the season final poll for Max Preps. Beating West Forsyth in the 3rd place overtime game at Frank Spencer. And then beating Greenville Academy in the Hornets G League Invitational. Boys basketball team had a heck of a year. My pride and joy. Girls basketball overall record was 15-13, and in the conference this year we were 8-4. All conference this year, Sierra Wright and Danielle White, and also Ashleigh Abbott was named the Carolina Invitational All Tournament team. And also, not on your program, but Genesis Johnson also signed to play with Guilford, so we have somebody playing at the next level as well. Highlights this year, finishing 3rd in the new conference and having an 8-4 conference record after we struggled a little bit last year. Despite having some missing players, the heart and determination of our team when we went to the Carolina Invitational in Charleston sure set the tone for our season. And a big conference tournament win over Dudley to advance to the championship game in the conference tournament. Got a lot of pride in these girls. Girls swimming and diving, overall record 8-1, conference record 6-0. Jeez. Conference champions, swimmer of the year, Claire Birmingham, all conference, AC Berger, Claire Birmingham, Shelby Bryce, Staten DeBrule, Claire Griffin, Summer Miller, Lauren Potter, Frances Whitworth, and Annie Wolf. Highlights of the year, 9 all-conference swimmers. 8 swimmers made it to the regional. Lauren Potter came in 1st in the 200 free at the regionals, and 6th place in another regional. And 7 swimmers made it to the state tournament, and they finished 14th in the state tournament. Extremely good. Our swimming pool is similar to our tennis courts. They should be done by next year. Mr. Weiss. Boys swimming and diving, overall 7-2. Conference record again, 6-0. Conference champions. Our conference swimmer of the year, Matt Wagner. All conference, Will Armourtrout, John Avery, Grubbs, Brendan Presswood, Aiden Spotswood, and Matt Wagner. Highlights for the year, obviously the conference champions, and have 5 all-conference swimmers. Matt set 2 school records in the 200 individual medley and the 100 backstroke. 8 swimmers made it to the regionals. 6th place in the regionals, 15th place in the state. Wow. Wrestling, overall record of 20-6. Great job, coach. Conference record of 5-1, 2nd place in the conference. 8 all-conference wrestlers, 1 state qualifier, Matt Cuddy. I probably said that wrong. Thank you. The highlights, beating Ragsdale, who was ranked in the 4A wrestling poll and finished in 2nd place in the conference, our highest finish in recent years. Great job. Girls indoor track, 8th in the North Carolina, in the state 3A state championships this year. All state performers. Charnessa Reed, state champion in the 55-meter high hurdles. The highlights of the year, finishing in the top 10 in the state championships. Charnessa also wins the individual state championship, and she also set a school record in the 55-meter high hurdles and the 60-meter high hurdles. Great job. Indoor track. 3A indoor track and field state runner-up this year. Congratulations. Cameron Ponder, indoor state record in the 1600, 4.101, and the indoor state record in the 1000 meter at 2:27:37. Cameron was also named the state MVP at the state championship, winning 2 individual state championships. Michael Burke, all-state. 1600 meter, Dominique Partridge, all-state shot put, and Patrick Freeman, all-state in the pole vault. Highlights, Cameron running in a professional race against Olympians and breaking 2 state records, filling the bus with a ton of state qualifiers and the most qualifiers of any boys team in the state. Having the guys come together on a strong finish, beating many good teams, and completing the season as state runner-up at the Indoor State Championship. Last but certainly not least is our cheerleading and dance teams. Guys done a great job this year. As I didn't get to see a whole lot of the dance performances because I was in the locker room during that time. But I heard a lot of great things that I did get to see during the boys' game. So congratulations to the cheerleading and dance team. You played a huge role in all the pep rallies, all the homecomings, the football games, the basketball games. It's a lot of hard work. You put in as many hours as a whole lot of the athletic teams here, and you deserve to be called an athlete as well, and we're extremely proud of you. They both held cheer and dance camps this year, and they've done an outstanding job in their dual performances at the Spartans Showcase. Congratulations.
Okay, Mr. Bill Dinkins, our Assistant Athletic Director, and Ms. Robin Wesselman, our Head Volleyball Coach, will go through our Winter Golden Spartan Awards winners.
Okay, I have all female athletes for the winter awards. The first one is the showstopper performance. This Spartan had her best ever indoor track season this year, regularly beating elite fields in the 55-meter and the 60-meter hurdles. She breezed through the regular season, qualifying for the state meet in the 55-meter hurdles, long jump, and is part of 2 relays. She broke school records in the 55-meter hurdles and 60-meter hurdles. At the 3A state championship, she won her first individual state title in the 55-meter high hurdles. She has left her mark as one of the best hurdlers in Mount Tabor history. The winner female showstopper performance goes to Turnissa Reed.
All right, our winter male showstopper performance. This award will be shared by 2 Spartans tonight. The first Spartan had a great finish to an outstanding career at Mount Tabor with the basketball team. He became one of 5 players that scored over 1,000 points in his career at the varsity level. He had a terrific finish to the year where he led our Spartans to the Sweet 16 in the playoffs and a finish in the final North Carolina 3A Max Preps Bowl. He scored 41 points twice in our first round game versus Statesville, and then again in Freedom in our second round playoff game. He also scored 25 plus points versus 5 different opponents during the year. He was named to the Frank Spencer All-Tournament team, the North Carolina All-District 7 team, Winston-Salem All-Northwest team, the Piedmont Triad All-Conference, and was invited to the North Carolina East-West All-Star game. He was also runner-up for the Frank Spencer All-Northwest Award. He will be attending the Hargrave Military Academy next year. Our second Spartan won Male Conference Swimmer of the Year. He won the 200 individual medley and the 100-meter breaststroke at the conference and made the all-conference team. The relay teams he was part of were also conference champions. He qualified for regionals and states in the maximum 2 events, the 200 individual medley and the 100 backstroke. He also, in addition to those school records, he also set 2 other school records and now holds 4. The 200 IM, the 100-meter backstroke, and the 200 medley relay and 400 freestyle relay. Our winter male showstopper performance awards goes to Matt Wagner and Isaiah Chico Williams.
Spartan established herself as one of the top distance runners in the state of North Carolina. She was our #1 runner in every meet this season and earned all county, all conference, all region, and all state honors, and was conference runner of the year. Her commitment to our team, willingness to compete, and her dedication to getting better every day are examples for all her teammates on how to be the best athlete you can be. During the indoor season, she qualified for the state championship in 3 events, even though she was primarily competing as a member of the swim team. As a member of the swim team, she competed in the state meet in 3 events, competed in the regional meet in 2 events, and made all-conference team. To round her out her year, she is a key member of the outdoor track squad as well, and will earn 4 letters this year in 4 sports. Our female winner, Iron Spartan, goes to Frances Whitworth.
The winter male Iron Spartan. This Spartan has been a solid contributor to our running program for 4 years. During his junior year, he suffered an injury and was all but eliminated his summer training, and along with some other issues. It was a long road back between rehabbing, laps in the pool. There was a slow and patient return to full training. And return he did. At the state championships in November, he pulled alongside an injured teammate, and they went past to secure his spot on the podium, earning all state honors. He saved his best performance for last. when we needed it the most. His efforts helped the Spartans secure the team cross-country title and our second state championship in 3 years. He also earned the Piedmont Triad Conference Run of the Year. He's been a solid contributor to both indoor and outdoor track programs every year. Our winter male Iron Spartan goes to Charles Pace.
Breakthrough athlete.
Breakthrough athlete. The Spartan has been a 4-year member of the Spartan swim and dive team. She's always been a contributing member, but she really broke out to be an outstanding swimmer in her senior year. She was the overall top point scorer on the team and had the fastest Tabor times in the events she swam. She won the 200 individual medley, the 100 fly at conference, and made all-conference team. She was also named the Conference Swimmer of the Year. She qualified and participated in both regionals and states. She placed first in the 200 free at regionals. She capped a fine career with a superb and breakout senior season. The winter Breakthrough Athlete of the Year goes to Claire Birmingham.
Our winter male breakthrough performer. This Spartan's been with the wrestling program for 3 years and has grown into a young man who learned what it means to work hard and persevere both in and out of the classroom. During his freshman and sophomore years, he did not always have his priorities straight, which is an understatement, but this past year he made up his mind to be the best student athlete he could be. At the beginning of the football season, he was in Big Bubba territory, but then he decided he wanted to get his weight correct for wrestling and worked hard to do that. He also worked hard in the classroom, got his grades where they needed to be. He was a strong contributing member to the football team last year and was all conference in wrestling. And he was also in the top 10 in his weight class for the region. Our winter male breakthrough athlete goes to Jacob Eaton.
The courageous performance for the female during the winter season. This Spartan has battled injuries over the last 2 years after a sensational freshman season. She suffered through broken bones, strained muscles, and a litany of other problems during her sophomore and junior seasons, which limited her ability to perform at the level that she was capable of. This year, we've been able to maintain her health, and her results have returned to her previous levels. She earned all-county, all-conference honors during the cross-country season, qualified for the state championships indoor, and earned all-conference honors during the outdoor while qualifying for the regional championships of both 1,600 and 3,200 meter runs. The winter female courageous performance award goes to Meredith Roberts.
Our winter male courageous performer. This Spartan's been with the wrestling program for 4 years. He originally used wrestling to help himself develop socially, but in 4 years of training with the team, he's also changed physically. He's stronger in both areas due to his dedication to the sport, to his teammates, and to his coaches. For what he lacks on the mat, he makes up for it by having a whole lot of heart. Let me repeat that. For what he lacks on the mat, he has a whole lot of heart. That's the sign of an athlete. He's a fighter through and through. He comes to work every day. Whether he wins or loses, never quits. He's an example of what you can do when you put in the hard work. Our winter male courageous performer goes to Keaton Appling.
Two Spartans will share this Scholarly Performance Award tonight. First Spartan is a Moorhead Scholar winner who will be attending UNC Chapel Hill. She combined both academics and athletics to make herself one of the best, both on and off the court. She was highly involved in Mount Tabor as an athlete and as the leader of the student body. She leaves Sparta ranked in the top 5 in her class while playing 4 years of basketball and contributing to many other clubs and activities. The second Spartan was a key contributor to the swim and dive team. She made all conference and came in first place in the 100 free at conference. She made regionals in maximum allowed 2 events and 2 relays. She made states in the 100 free and was a member of the maximum allowed 3 relay teams in states. Like the other scholarly performers tonight, she will also be one of the top students in the senior class. The winter female scholarly performance goes to Jay and Mishra and Staten DeGroat.
Our winter male scholarly performer, this Spartan qualified for regionals in the maximum allowed 2 events and was on 2 relay teams that made it to the States. But with bad luck, he contracted the flu and was unable to compete at States. He was a valuable senior leader on the conference champion boys swim team. He's one of the top students in his senior class and will graduate with over a 5.0 weighted GPA. He's ranked in the top 20 of his graduating 2018 class. Our winter male scholarly performer goes to Colin Kirk.
Okay, we're going to transition to spring, 1 season left, and Mr. Patrick Cromwell is going to recap the spring sports season.
Thank you, parents, for sending your kids to Mount Tabor and entrusting them with us, and thank you, athletes, for sharing your talents with these old coaches up here. We're going to start off with baseball this evening. Overall, 15-13. 10-2 in the conference, earning 2nd place in valuable Wells Fargo Cup points. All conference athletes, Jeff Davis, Jimmy Hilton, Chris Butos, Bryce Snow, and Alex Dunn. And their 3 highlights: playing for a regular season conference championship, playing for the conference tournament championship, and hosting their first round playoff game, the first one since 2009. Way to go, boys, this summer. Softball, overall 9-13, conference record 7-5. They had many all-conference members, including Brianna Denny, Hannah Moore, Emily Weiss, and Susanna Doss. Highlights: finishing 3rd in the conference. This is the highest place for them in over 12 plus years. And that 3rd got us a half a point, which allowed all of our sports teams to be the Wells Fargo Cup champions. Thank you, softball players. They also qualified for the state playoffs for the first time since 2013, and they got to play the #1 ranked team in the state. And you'll be better for it, trust us. Boys lacrosse. These gentlemen went deep into the playoffs as well. 14-6, undefeated in conference. They were the conference champs, the conference tournament champs. They represented 3A division in the Elite 8 state tournament, making the Final Four. And if you followed the scores there, they gave the eventual state champion a much better run than the state runner-up. Boys lacrosse team to the Final Four. That's quite a program we have already going here. Highlights. Down 2-9 late in the third quarter against New Hanover, also a top team. They mounted an improbable comeback to win 11-10 during their Wilmington trip. They won the conference championship and the tournament. And they also played Reynolds, a perennial powerhouse. And while most people would not suggest the loss is memorable, they played as a team and played well. And it was a game their players, where they implemented their plan, and they came up just short, but definitely helped them in their late season push through the playoffs. Congratulations, Lax team. Girls lacrosse. They were 13-5 and also undefeated in the conference. They were the champs and the tournament champs. All conference players: Maddie Nomson, Katie Sommer, Kaylin Denai, Abby Williams, Avery Baird, Michelle Bruno, Maya Piper. The offensive player of the year, Maddie Nomson. Defensive player of the year, Abby Williams. North County East-West All-Star, 2, Maddie Nomson and Katie Sommer. Congratulations, ladies. Their highlights included winning the conference and the tournament, beating East Forsyth by 1, and hosting a home playoff game for the first time in a few years. Thank you, ladies' Lax program. I don't think anybody's more excited than our tennis program for next year, right? It's so close, boys and girls. I see it. Overall, 9-4. They were 8-2 in their conference record. They finished second in the conference and advanced to the duals team state playoffs. All conference members: Luke Alberson, Mark Yamani, and Marcus Cook. Luke Alberson and Mark Yamani also won in doubles. They advanced to regionals and finished third. This qualified them to compete at states where they posted a top 5 finish. They won their first conference match of the season versus Western Guilford 8-1. They finished the conference season 8-2, qualifying for the playoffs. David Ray was the only member of the team in the playoffs, winning versus Cox Mill. And Luke Albertson and Mark Yamani competed at the States and played nearly 5 hours of tennis on the first day. That's a long day, boys. Congratulations. Coach Smith's ladies on the pitch, overall 16-7-1, 10-2 in conference this year. Laura Milligan won the Golden Boot. I won a Golden Boot. Top goal scorer in the Triad bracket in the first annual Triad Cup. All conference members: Haley Chadwick, Maggie Heineck, Ashlyn Lorenz, Laura Milligan, Autumn Reynolds, May Thomas. All region included Caroline Gardner, Laura Milligan, Autumn Reynolds, May Thomas. And second team, all region: Ashlyn Lorenz, Haley Chadwick, Caroline Griggs, and Maggie Heineck. All state. They got robbed. Highlights: new single season records. They had a team single season record of 131 goals on 119 assists. I don't even know how that's possible. Individual: Laura Milligan scored 39 goals and 41 assists for 119 points. They had a 3-0 shutout over Tuscaloosa at home in the first round of the playoffs. This is their first home playoff game at Bob Sapp in 5 years. This included 2 goals from May Thomas and a goal and assist from Autumn Reynolds and 2 assists from Laura Milligan. They opened the season on the road against former CPC rival Reagan. The girls performed outstanding, earning a 6-1 victory. Laura Milligan with the hat trick and 1 assist. Autumn Reynolds with a brace and assist from Cardinal, Caroline Gardner, Ashlyn Lorenz, and May Thomas. And finally, after a runners-up performance in the first round of the Cup, the team bounced back with a 2-0 shutout against former CPC opponent RJ Reynolds. Congratulations, ladies. As part of the bond package, we'll have our first home boys golf match next year, I hope, somewhere. It's a bad joke, I'm sorry. We rarely see these guys, but they were outstanding this year. 19-2-1 overall, 12-0 in the conference. They were the conference champs. They were the Midwest regional runner-ups, and they were third at the state championship this year. All conference, Bennett Wooten, Thomas Setzer, Chris McDonough, Brooks Kennedy. Conference player of the year, Bennett, regional champ, Bennett, and all state in 7th place, Bennett Wooten. Let's give it a hand for our boys. Girls outdoor track. They were 11-2 overall. They were the conference champs. They were 4th at the county championship, or the Scott Brennan invite, 5th at Midwest, and 14th at states, in a 14-hour day yesterday. All conference, Ono Abulaman, Elizabeth Wood, Fiona Turner, Charnessa Reed, Kennedy Scales, Meredith Roberts, Devonna Best, Nora Halsey, Leah Messenkoff, Frances Whitwer, Jenna Lineberry, Runner of the Year, Frances, all region, Charnessa, Francis, and Devonna, Nora Halsey, Hadijah Williams, and Jenna Lineberry. Highlights were winning the conference championship, a strong team effort at the Scott Brent, scoring in every event. And yesterday, they were outstanding. They scored in every event that they competed at the state meet. Congratulations, ladies track and field. It's the last one. Boys outdoor track and field, like I said, we finished up yesterday in a 14-hour day. They were undefeated in conference meets. Piedmont Triad conference champs. They won the county meet against West Forsyth and Reagan and all those ones. 3A Midwest regional run, and they finished 4th yesterday at states. That is a long list of names. But these guys are important, and they're mine, so I'm going to read them. Jarvis Blanding, Cameron Ponder, Michael Merck, Amar Akins, Charles Pace, Patrick Freeman, Andy McLean, Jalen Bristow, Tristan Campbell, Lee Sales, Dominique Partridge, and Brandon Cornell. Regional champs were Patrick Freeman, Cameron Ponder, Brandon Cornell, and Michael Merck. State qualifiers, Patrick Freeman, Cam Ponder, Michael Merck, Dominique Partridge, Andy McLean, Amar Akins, Malik Chambers, Deshaun Trace Jones, Brandon Cornell, and Cameron Palmer. All state yesterday at the state meet was Ponder, Tayshawn Kyle, Zach Mayer, Michael Merck, Dominique Partridge, and Brandon Cornell finished silver in both wheelchair throwing events yesterday at the state meet. And finally, running away with the county championship, our conference championship, the numerous school record attempts by Patrick Freeman, Cam Ponder, and our relays. And we had 20 guys break 5 minutes in the mile this year. Let's see our nominees.
Okay, we are on to the spring Golden Spartan Awards, presented by Mrs. Michelle Palmer, Assistant Athletic Director, and Mr. Jay Benefield, Head Boys Soccer Coach.
Good evening. First we have showstopper performance, and this is a Spartan who was a junior captain, who was creative and a goal-scoring force, who led the soccer team in goals with 39, and assists with 41, with 119 points for the season through the first round of the state playoffs. She is ranked number 1 in points, number 1 in assists, and number 2 in goals for all players in North Carolina 3A according to Max Preps. She is ranked number 7 in points and number 4 in assists nationally according to Max Preps. She won the Golden Boot for the most goals scored during the Triad Cup tournament, with 6 goals and leading our team to a runner-up finish in the Triad bracket. She was named All-Conference and All-Region for the 3rd season in a row and is likely to be named All-State for the 2nd time in her high school career. The spring female showstopper performance goes to Laura Milligan. Unfortunately, Laura is a little under the weather, so Coach Weaver is going to accept that award on her behalf.
I'd like to take one quick second to just give a shout out to the spring athletes. You'll be getting 2 awards. Since the company we ordered the awards through couldn't get their order in on time, they made these awards last minute. So you're going to get this one, and then when the awards come in, you'll get the Spartan head that all the other fall and spring athletes got. So you're going to be honored twice, spring athletes.
Good evening. Showstopper performance for male in spring. This Spartan leaves Mount Tabor as one of the most decorated lacrosse players in Spartan history. He was named All-Conference all 4 years at midfield, was the conference Offensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18, as well as Mount Tabor Offensive Player of the Year and MVP this past year. He was a team captain as a junior and senior, and he also made All-Region junior year and first team All-State in his junior year. The spring male showstopper performance goes to Matthew Powell.
Next we have Iron Spartan. This Spartan was a member of the lacrosse and field hockey teams and was a team captain in lacrosse. She led the conference in goals, was 6th in assists, and gave us draw wins for most of her draw attempts, 96%. Everyone knows her, and she draws the other team's best defender on most occasions. She is a very passionate player on the lacrosse field, and it fuels her intensity as well as it drives her teammates. She was an all-conference player, and she will also be playing in the North Carolina East-West All-Star Game. She was also the conference Offensive Player of the Year. The spring female Iron Spartan goes to Maddie Nomson.
Spring Iron Spartan for males. This award will be shared by 2 Spartans tonight. The first Spartan was a 3-sport athlete his entire career at Mount Tabor, competing in football, wrestling, and track. He was a contributing member to all 3 programs, but his contributions as a leader stand out. After competing in 3 sports, 2 of which going at the same time, wrestling and track, he never faltered in who he is and what he wants to achieve. He made all-conference in all 3 of these sports and is respected by all of his teammates and coaches. He overcame injury in his junior year to dominate in the senior year on and off the field. He has dislocated his elbow several times due to football, but that has never stopped him from being a great wrestler. It was his match that pushed the wrestling team to take second in our conference and qualified him for the playoffs for the first time in nearly 5 years. The second Spartan has been a top 6 varsity player in tennis all 4 years of high school. He had a 24-5 record, includes both individual and doubles this past season. He was a conference champion as a doubles partner, as well as a state finalist as a doubles partner. He was also named all-conference this past season. His play over the last 4 years has allowed the Mount Tabor tennis the team to remain solid. Spring male Iron Spartan goes to Jarvis Blending and Mark Yamani.
On the track team last year as a sprinter, but this year transitioned to the throws group with tremendous results. She is consistently excellent in both throws, qualifying for the regional championships in both the shot put and the discus. She was the county champion in the discus this year and is nearing the school record in just her first season of throwing the discus. She currently ranks as the #3 sophomore discus thrower in the state of North Carolina for all classifications. She She was also a member of the basketball team this past winter and will be an athlete to watch in the coming years. The Spring Female Breakthrough Athlete goes to Ono.
Breakthrough athlete male for spring sports. This Spartan was on the varsity baseball team as a sophomore last year. He did not get many opportunities. Over the offseason, he developed and came into the spring as a player to keep an eye on. This year as a junior, he threw in all of our big games and performed at a high level as a pitcher. He had a breakout year and emerged as one of the top returning pitchers in the area for next year, his senior year. For his performance, he was named All-Conference. The spring male breakthrough athlete goes to Bryce Snow.
Next is courageous performance. This Spartan, after missing her entire freshman season due to an ankle injury, worked extremely hard to rehab and played a good club season in the fall. She established herself as the starting center back from day one as a sophomore and had a lot of responsibility thrust upon her with a very young defense overall. She really helped on set pieces with both serving the ball into dangerous areas and being a target for others in the box. She scored 6 goals and added 4 assists through 17 games. Despite constant monitoring of her ankles and being smart to not overwork herself, a serious hip injury in the middle of the season had her thinking the season was over with a 6-week waiting period to rest and recover. In a great show of perseverance, she worked harder than ever in rehab to get back significantly ahead of schedule and helped the team in the stretch run of the final weeks of the season heading into the playoffs. She did everything she could to help the team succeed. She was recognized as an all-region player for her overall performances. The spring female courageous performer goes to Caroline Gardner. And Caroline is playing with an orchestra somewhere, the viola, in some performance. So Coach Bidfield's going to accept her award.
Courageous performance. This Spartan was a leading figure on our golf team this year, in all 4 years he's been here. After struggling a bit last season, he bounced back with an all-conference performance and an overall second-place finish in the league. Thomas, this young man experienced a personal tragedy when he lost his father last fall. He showed incredible courage battling through this personal tragedy. He is an outstanding golfer, but an even better young man, something I can attest to as well. A young man of strength and character that his dad would be very proud of. The spring courageous performer goes to Thomas Setzer.
Okay, and the final award for scholarly performance will be shared by 2 Spartans tonight. The first Spartan recently earned her Girl Scout Gold Award. She volunteers at the Tab Williams Adult Day Center, is a part of service clubs, NHS, NSHS, Key Club, TGC, Crosby Scholars, and has logged over 400 service hours in the last 4 years. Along with keeping up with her academics and involvement in the community, she was a captain of the field hockey team as well as the lacrosse team. She was an all-conference player for field hockey and made the North Carolina All-Star team. For lacrosse, she was an all-conference player. She is 8th in goals in the conference and leads the conference in assists. The second Spartan played 2 varsity sports as well, leading our softball team in stolen bases and on-base percentage this past season. She was also named all-conference this year in softball. She has been a member of both of these programs for the past 4 years, all the while maintaining a class rank in the top 10. She had numerous offers for college academically, but chose to stay close and attend Wake Forest University to major in pre-med. Quite a balance of academics and athletics. The spring female scholarly performance goes to Katie Somer and Brianna Denny.
Scholarly performance. This Spartan was a solid performer for the baseball team throughout his career. He was a solid backstop and catcher the last 3 seasons. The team could count on his toughness and dependability behind the plate. He was truly outstanding in the classroom as well and will be attending UNC Chapel Hill. Like all of the other scholarly performances tonight, this Spartan was one of the top students in the senior class. The male spring scholarly performance goes to Alex Dunn.
Okay, everybody, this is where we get to have some fun. This is the individual awards recognition, what I like to call the shout out. Miss Wade's going to come up and we're going to give rounds of applause to all of our student athletes here. So here is Miss Wade, one of your guidance counselors.
At this point in the program, we would like to wish and recognize all of our athletes for their accomplishments this past year. We will be calling out groups of athletes and asking them to stand so we can celebrate them through applause. Would every athlete who participated in a sport this year please stand? Thank you for your hard work and dedication to Mount Tabor Athletics. Would all athletes who made an all-conference team please stand? We would like to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Would all athletes who were honored by their coaches with an individual team award please stand? Again, we'd like to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Would all athletes who made an all-region or all-Northwest team please stand? Again, congratulations on your accomplishments. Would all athletes who were named to an all-tournament team or asked to play in an all-state game please stand? Again, congratulations on your accomplishments. Would all athletes who were named Conference Player of the Year please stand? Congratulations on your stellar accomplishment. Would all athletes who were named to one of the all-state teams please stand? Congratulations on your superior accomplishment. Would all athletes who were named All-American please stand? Congratulations on your incredible honor. All senior athletes, please stand. The administration, staff, and community of Mount Tabor High School would like to congratulate our graduating senior Spartans. We wish to thank our seniors for all of their hard work and dedication to Mount Tabor High School, and in particular, their hard work in practice and competition. We would also like to wish you good luck as you seniors continue to pursue your career goals, and we hope that all of our seniors continue to look back fondly on their years at Mount Tabor High School. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Will all senior parents please stand? The administration, staff, and community wishes to thank you for choosing to send your children to Mount Tabor High School. We are all very proud of our school, and we wish to thank our senior parents for all of their years of support. Thank you again. With all senior athletes who are heading off to college to continue their athletic careers, please stand. In April, at our annual college commitment ceremony, we honored our seniors who announced their intentions to play at the collegiate level. Tonight, we wish to add the following students to that list. A.K. Kafai is attending Winston-Salem State University for baseball. Cameron King will be walking on at East Carolina University. And Andrew Wheaton will be playing at App State as a walk-on. Congratulations once again to our individual award winners and, of course, all of our seniors and their parents. Thank you.
Up next is Mr. Frank Martin, who's going to present our newest award, the Program of the Year Award.
Good evening. I would like to congratulate all of our teams and athletes. A wonderful job this year, and in particular, thank you to all of our coaches. Tons of hours, lots of practice, and tremendous effort. This year, we've established a new honor and award for one of our athletic programs that had a standout year in all areas. The leadership of the athletic department always looks for ways to motivate our coaching staff and players to strive for something more by having a growth mindset when it comes to their overall performance. Our athletic programs have traditionally been strong, but we wish to challenge our programs to be equally strong in areas that exist outside the athletic competition. This award will be given annually to the program that is the best example of the mission, excellence in every endeavor. The program selected as this year's winner had a standout year in all accounts. First, We start in the classroom. The 7 varsity members of this team had an unweighted GPA of a 3.83 and weighted GPA of 4.56. To go along with their academic excellence, this program has been known as one of the state's best for well over 3 decades. Being one of the best programs in the state causes you to have a target on your back, and the members of this team embraced the challenge and responded with great performances and showed equally great character achieving their goal. In 2 separate but very different performances against the same team this year, both were used as motivation to get to the top. An early season loss by a large number of points served as motivation and payback when it really counted. The team used this loss to make sure they brought home the championship this past November. The winner of the Program of the Year award is our 3A State Championship Boys Cross Country team.
You can't see what it says. I survived 4 years at Cromwell. There's a big picture of Cromwell. Congratulations, team. Great job. Our first program of the year. We're on to our final piece of the evening, our closing remarks and the naming of our Mr. and Miss Spartan. Here is our principal, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you very much. This evening, always for one reason or another, gets to be overwhelming when you think of all of the excellence that our student athletes and school has achieved this year in the classroom and certainly out on the athletic fields. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our coaches for taking an idea within our athletic department and kind of bringing it together as an effort 5 years ago to celebrate our students at the end of an academic year. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Armitrout and our committee from our athletic board for their help in creating the part of the silent auction part. The funds from this evening's program helps with professional development for our coaches. So my next is I would like to ask all of our coaches to stand, please. Room is, if you look around, they have done this their entire adult lives. So they help our kids, they help your children, our Spartans. They certainly do not do it for the money. They do it for their love and passion for what is important to them as far as the teaching and the caring and paying it forward of a sport and how that ties into the overall experience of a student athlete. As a student at our school hopefully opens doors for him or herself in their futures. And I want to thank them. As always, they put themselves and their families, their kids way ahead of any of their needs. So thank you, coaches. I want to thank our parents for all of their help, support, and efforts. I want to thank all of our presenters tonight. Not easy to get up in front of people. You can do it out on the courts and on the fields, but it's not always easy to get up when the lights are on like this and present in front of people, and I appreciate them. I want to thank our athletic administration, Mr. Martin, Ms. Palmer, Mr. Dinkins, Mr. Applegate, for all of their help tonight in putting this event together. If you would join me in a round of applause. I would like to thank the Bassetts, Jeff and Melissa Bassett, for their help with the food and the catering for tonight. 4th Street Filling Station and Jeffrey Adams have been a great partner for this event for our previous 5 years, including tonight. And I would like to proudly announce, you might have seen this on Twitter, but we are proud to announce that we are the Wells Fargo Cup champions for our conference this year. When you take all of our sports, fall, winter, spring, and you take their, how they finish, you know, first through last in the conference, you obviously saw through the slideshow and the recognitions tonight, our teams are at the top. And that's a big part of what our student athletes and our coaches and our commitment of our families do as far as our students and their efforts representing our school. I'd also like to take this opportunity, there's a lot of details that goes into this, not that picture, but this, this program. And I would like to thank from our Sports Marketing Academy, Mr. Scott Armstrong, who's right in front. And our final 2 awards this evening, the Miss and Mr. Spartan. Miss Spartan, whenever a championship is on the line, this Spartan has her best day. She has participated in every conference championship meet, every regional championship meet, and has qualified for every state championship meet since her since her freshman year. During her cross country and track seasons here at Mount Tabor, she has earned all conference 7 times, all region 5 times, and all state 3 times. She has been a state champion. She has helped to set a school record. She's helped to return the girls cross country team to where it belongs as one of the top teams in the state of North Carolina. Again, she stepped up when needed most by competing in 4 events at the conference meet and helping the team to win the conference championship through her efforts. She has qualified for the regional championships in 4 events and competed in 3 of them. She also competed in the state meet yesterday and placed in all of her events, helping the team to a 14th place finish. Along with her athletic pursuits, she has equaled that in her dedication to her academics and will graduate as one of the top students in our class of 2018. Just for kicks, no pun intended, she also lettered in soccer this year. Thought that was cheesy, didn't you? She always strives to be the best in everything that she does, and her consistent level of excellence over the past 4 years stands as evidence of that fact. She will continue her career at App State next year. The Miss Spartan Award for the 2017-18 year goes to Jenna Lineberg. Mr. Spartan. Like Jenna, the Spartans have been a force on our cross-country and track team since his freshman year. He has made the podium at the Penn Relays twice and has been named All-Conference 11 times, All-County 14 times, All-Region, All-State 11 times, and is an All-American for his part in a state record-setting relay. He was the NCHSAA State MVP in indoor track and field for this past indoor season and was in the fall 2017 State 3A individual cross-country champion. He owns 4 individual state titles and 1 relay state title heading into this spring season. His accolades are far too numerous to list here in one summary, but they have been nothing short but amazing. He has been a big part of Mount Tabor High School cross country, winning 2 state cross country titles over the past three school years. He continues to carry the torch as the latest in a long line of great distance runners to put their mark on the cross country and track programs here at Sparta. He is also an outstanding student who will graduate also as a top student in the senior class of 2018. He will continue his running career at Furman University. Mr. Spartan Award for 2017-18 goes to Cameron Pompey. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining us this evening. Have a great evening. Thank you all. Congratulations to all of our student athletes. Have a great night.